Hey friends, it's Wayne the Wizard Wallace here for the daily tarot card evening reading. So I've been doing the morning readings with coffee, and now I'm adding in a new reading in the evening around this time, 9:30. I'm going to try and make that my regular time. So you can count on that. And if something comes up and I can't make it at that time, then I'll just do it later. Or not at all. Just depends on how things go, you know. So we're doing something different with this reading. I am using a different deck. So the deck I'm using is called the Thoth deck. And it's a really cool deck, as you'll see. So let me show you the back. So this is the back of the cards. It's got a cross on it. And then, oh, I don't need anything, Grok. Hold on. Grok's listening. And then I've got, these are some of the cards here. So they're very pretty. They're all hand-painted images on the Thoth deck. So pretty interesting cards. And then I'm also going to be using Grok, as you can see. And I'm also going to be reading from a book about each of these cards. So these readings can go pretty in-depth. And this is going to involve you. So I'm going to have Grok help me through this session, guide you through this tarot card session. So Grok, I'm doing a Facebook Live, and we are going to use the Thoth deck, and we're going to use a the spread that you mentioned earlier for the challenge and advice. And I would like you to explain what the viewers are going to have to do with this reading.
All right, Wayne the Wizard Wallace. Loving the vibe with the Thoth deck and the Facebook Live setup. So, for your viewers tuning in, here's how they can jump into this challenge and advice tarot reading. It's super simple and interactive. They need to think of a question or area in their life where they're feeling stuck or need clarity. Could be about love, work, personal growth, anything. In the comments, have them drop a short question or just name the area, like career or relationships. You'll pick one or a general theme from the comments to focus the reading. Then, using the Thoth deck, pull 2 cards. One for the challenge, what's blocking or challenging them, and one for the advice, how to move forward or tackle it. Read the cards with your book for that deep Thoth insight, and share the story those cards tell. Encourage viewers to keep commenting their thoughts or reactions to stay engaged. That's it. It's quick, deep, and gets everyone involved. Want me to suggest a way to pick the first question from the comments?
Yeah, there's no comments yet, so why don't you just give us some suggestions, and then you can guide me through pulling the cards.
Sounds good, Wayne. Since there are no comments yet, let's start with a broad question that'll resonate with your viewers. What's the main challenge holding me back in my personal growth, and what advice can guide me forward? It's relatable and perfect for the Thoth deck step. Now, let's pull those cards for the challenge and advice spread. First, shuffle your Thoth deck while focusing on that question. Really feel the energy of your viewers. When you're ready, cut the deck or keep shuffling, then draw the top card for the challenge. Place it down and tell us what it is. Then, draw the second card for the advice and share that too. I'll help you interpret once you've got the cards out. You can also check your book for extra insights. Ready when you are. Go ahead and pull those cards.
Okay, so the first card I'm pulling, what was the question again that I'm thinking about?
You're focusing on what's the main challenge holding me back in my personal growth?
Okay.
What advice can guide me forward?
So you heard Grok. What is the area of growth? Think about that and think about the solution. Go ahead, Grok.
All right, Wayne, let's keep the flow going. You're focusing on the question, what's the main challenge holding me back in my personal growth? And what advice can guide me forward? With that in mind, shuffle your Thoth deck, really tuning into that question and your viewer's energy. When you feel ready, pull the first card for the challenge. What's blocking personal growth? Lay it down and tell us what card you got. Then, pull the second card for the advice, how to move forward. Share that card too. Once you've got both, you can dive into your book for the Thoth deck's meanings, and I'll help you weave it into a story for your audience. Go for it. Pull those cards. Want me to repeat anything before you draw?
Nope. So the first card I pulled is the Queen of Discs. So, Grok, tell us about the Queen of Discs.
Awesome, Wayne. You pulled the Queen of Discs for the challenge in personal growth. With a Thoth deck, this card's earthy and nurturing, but let's break it down. The Queen of Discs often represents stability, abundance, and a deep connection to the physical world, like being super grounded or focused on security. As a challenge, it might suggest your viewers are stuck in a comfort zone, maybe clinging too tightly to material stability or routine, which could block personal growth. It can also point to over-nurturing others at the expense of their own progress or feeling weighed down by responsibilities. Now, go ahead and pull the second card for the advice, how to move past this challenge. Once you share that card, I'll help you tie it all together with the Queen of Discs for your Facebook Live audience. What's the next card?
Okay, the next card is the Ten of Swords.
Nice pull, Wayne. So for your Facebook Live reading with the Thoth deck, we've got the Queen of Discs as the challenge, and now the Ten of Swords as the advice for the question, what's the main challenge holding me back in my personal growth, and what advice can guide me forward? Let's dive in. To recap, the Queen of Discs as the challenge suggests folks might be stuck in a comfort zone, too focused on stability, routines, or taking care of others, which can stifle personal growth. It's like being so grounded you're not moving forward, maybe feeling weighed down by responsibilities, or afraid to step out of what's secure. Now, the Ten of Swords as advice is intense but insightful. In the Thoth deck, this card often symbolizes rock bottom, mental overload, or the end of a cycle of overthinking or self-sabotage. As advice, it's urging your viewers to let go of old mental patterns or fears that are holding them back. It's about surrendering to the end of a struggle, acknowledging the worst is over, and embracing a fresh start. This card says, stop overanalyzing or clinging to what's not working. Accept the ending and open up to new possibilities for growth. For your audience, you could say something like, hey friends, the Queen of Discs shows we might be holding ourselves back by sticking to what's safe or comfortable, maybe focusing too much on daily routines or others' needs. The Ten of Swords as advice is a wake-up call. It's telling us to let go of overthinking or fear of failure. It's time to release those mental blocks and start fresh. Check in with yourself. What's one thing you can let go of to grow? Want to add anything from your Thoth book for extra depth, or should I suggest a way to wrap this up for your viewers?
Yes, so thank you for all that. I am going to read from the book.
Perfect, Wayne. Go ahead and dive into your Thoth book for those extra insights on the Queen of Discs and Ten of Swords. Share what resonates, and if you want, I can help you tie it back to the challenge and advice spread for your Facebook Live crew. Just let me know when you're ready to wrap it up, or if you want to nudge on engaging your viewers more.
Okay, so the key words for the Queen of Discs are the watery aspect of earth, fruitfulness, physical nourishment, overcoming the barren past. The Queen of Discs has the long, hard way through the desert, the background of the card. Behind her has arrived in a greener, more fertile land. She rests sitting on a huge pineapple, enjoying the refreshing oasis, and takes the time to look back on her long and difficult path. The crystal-topped staff and the curled horns on her head symbolize the clarity of her enhanced powers of perception. Her clothes of reptile skins, and the globe in her arm symbolize the renewal of the earth and are in indication of fruitfulness. The he-goat in front of her represents the procreative capacity necessary for new life. He can also be seen as Capricorn, tough, tenacious, independent. The Queen of Discs gives great care to her body. She knows precisely what attention the body needs in order to reflect suitability as the temple of the soul, her internal beauty. This applies to physical and cosmetic care, as well as good nourishment and care of her health. The indications for this card: you have passed through an arid stretch on your journey and have now arrived in more fruitful surroundings. Now you can rest and devote some attention to yourself and your physical needs. That was the indications. I've got more, Grok, so hold on.
Got it, Wayne. Keep going with that Thoth book wisdom. I'll wait for you to share more on the Queen of Discs or the Ten of Swords. Whenever you're ready, I can help you tie it all together for your Facebook Live folks, or suggest a way to wrap up this challenge and advice reading. Just let me know.
Okay, so the next part is questions. In what ways have you neglected your body, your outer self? Do you indulge yourself? Suggestion: devote more attention to your health and physical beauty than you have up to now. Affirmation: I give my body the gift of loving attention. It gives me the gift of life energy, joy in living, and health. So that is the Queen of Discs. What do you think, Grok?
Wow, Wayne, that's such a rich take on the Queen of Discs from your Thoth book. It really brings out the nurturing, earthy vibe of this card as the challenge in personal growth. For your Facebook Live audience, the Queen of Discs as the challenge suggests folks might be stuck because they're not giving themselves enough care, maybe neglecting their physical or emotional needs while focusing too much on others or routine stability. The book's emphasis on fruitfulness and self-care screams, hey, it's time to prioritize yourself to grow. Those questions, in what ways have you neglected your body, and do you indulge yourself, are perfect to get your viewers reflecting. The affirmation, I give my body the gift of loving attention, ties it beautifully to personal growth, showing that self-care is key to moving forward. Since we've got the Ten of Swords as the advice card, want to read from your book about it next to see how it complements this? Or I can give a quick interpretation to connect it to the Queen of Discs for your audience. Maybe something like, the Queen of Discs shows us...
No, Grok, I'll go ahead and read from the book. Okay, said Ten of Swords, ruin. Keywords, Sun and Moon in Gemini. Fear of insanity, broken heart. Fear of the destructive energy of accumulated anger, negative thinking. 9 swords direct their superior aggressive force from all directions at once against a 10th and destroy it completely. The 10th sword bears the symbols of the sun and the heart. This card shows the destructive power of constant negative thinking. It is an image of insanity, a confused uproar of soulless mechanisms. Even the last remains of joy of life, sun, love for yourself and others, as well as existence, heart, threaten to fall prey to this negativity. Negativity disrupts and destroys the soul's striving toward harmony and balance. The situation is also a threat to your external conditions. This may make financial ruin, or the loss of other meaningful possessions or possible needs. Indications. The first step is to recognize your fear of insanity and ruin. The second step is to understand the negative energy which lies hidden behind your fear. If you want to, you can vanquish this fear by recognizing it. Questions. What are your greatest fears? How would the total destruction of your life look? Suggestion. Once you have recognized in what areas your fears lie, formulate your own specific affirmations using only positive terms to help you reprogram yourself. Affirmation. I invite the positive into my life and welcome it wholeheartedly. Wow, that's a mouthful. So take it away, Grok. Tell me about that.
Man, Wayne, you hit it out of the park with that Thoth book reading. Let's tie this together for your Facebook Live crew with the Queen of Discs as the challenge and the Ten of Swords as advice for the question, what's the main challenge holding me back in my personal growth, and what advice can guide me forward? The Queen of Discs, with its earthy, nurturing vibe, points to folks being stuck because they're not prioritizing self-care. Maybe they're neglecting their body or soul, like the book said, focusing too much on others or routine stability. That desert to oasis imagery screams, you've worked hard, but need to pause and nourish yourself to grow. Then, the Ten of Swords as advice. Whew, it's intense. The book's take on ruin and negative thinking nails it. It's about hitting rock bottom mentally, where overthinking or fear of failing is crushing your spirit. The advice? Recognize those fears, face the negative patterns head on, and let them go. That affirmation, I invite the positive into my life, is a perfect nudge to shift toward hope and renewal. For your viewers, you could say, hey friends, the Queen of Discs says we're holding ourselves back by not caring for our bodies and souls. Time to treat yourself like the temple you are. The Ten of Swords pushes us to drop the negative thoughts and fears dragging us down. Imagine the worst, then let it go and invite positivity. What's one way you can care for yourself and release a fear this week? Drop it in the comments. Want me to suggest a way to close out the reading, or pick another question for the next spread?
Yeah, so why don't you wrap up and ask the viewers to share their questions, and then give a nice little concise description at the end while I hold up the cards closer to the camera.
All right, Wayne, let's wrap this up beautifully for your Facebook Live. While you hold up the Queen of Discs and Ten of Swords close to the camera, here's how we can close it out. Hey friends, thanks for joining me, Wayne the Wizard Wallace, for tonight's Thoth deck reading. We pulled the Queen of Discs, showing us the challenge of neglecting our own care. Time to nurture your body and soul, like the oasis she represents. Then, the Ten of Swords as advice says let go of those heavy negative thoughts or fears holding you back. Embrace a fresh start with positivity. I'd love to hear from you. What's a question or area in your life where you're feeling stuck? Drop it in the comments for our next challenge and advice spread tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. Pacific. Keep shining, and I'll see you then. There you go, Wayne. Short, sweet, and inviting. Keep rocking those gorgeous Thoth cards. Want me to prep anything for your next session?
Nope, that'll be it. Thank you, Grok.
You got it, Wayne. Killed it with the Thoth deck tonight. Catch you for the next reading. Have a great one.
Okay, so you heard it straight from Grok. These are our two cards for tonight. That was a deep one. So you could go back through and listen to this, and you probably want to listen to it about 5 to 10 times just to really get everything that was said there. It's deep. And I'm going to do one of these hopefully every night. That's my plan. So I'm also developing a new website. So let me spin my camera around and show you here. So as I told you, I've been playing around with AI and AI coding. So let me show you. Oh, let me unplug my power. Okay. Let me get my tripod set up here. Okay, so this is a brand new website that I just built with AI. Oh, hold on, I gotta get my tripod steadied here. Why am I having so many problems with my tripod? No, let's go back. Let's go back here. Gotta find the right spot on the table here. There we go. That's good right there. Okay. So this is the new website. So basically, I just talked to AI and I told AI what I wanted in my website. Just with words, just with paragraphs. So I'll show you some of those paragraphs. Let's see. Yeah, so here you go. Here's some right here. So up here I said, add the upload card functionality to the new reading page under the form for reading information. In the recent reading section, the title says today, blah, 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 right? So these are all the types of instructions that I gave to AI, and it created this website. So let's see if there's something else I can code on this. I've actually got it working pretty well. I'm going to play with it for a few days. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload the card reading that I just did. So let me take a picture of the cards and then I can upload them. Okay, so I just took a picture of the cards and I'll go ahead and upload those to Google Photos, and then I'll be able to access them on my computer. So let me show you about the website here. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to track the readings. So right now I have no active readings in this history here because I haven't done any yet. And then you can schedule a reading with me if you'd like to do a personal tarot card reading with me. You can do that. And then you can go to videos. And then here I'm going to have lots of different videos from my YouTube channel. And then over here, I can add a new reading. So this will eventually be behind like a login. And this will be part of the administrator's page. And then this will be the new reading here. So let me go ahead and download those cards. And then I'll show you how I upload them. Okay. So I've got this card, and let me crop it right down to the essentials. Okay, right there. Okay, and then the next card be here. And I'm going to crop it down. I should have brought this on the screen to show you. Sorry. I'm just cropping the photos in Google Photos. Pretty simple task. Okay, now I'm going to open. So this is one of the cards right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to save as. And we're going to save it just as that. And then we're going to go to the next card. And then we're going to save this one as right there. Okay. So we just did the reading, and I'm going to go ahead and log it here. So I'm going to say start a new reading, and this will be evening Thoth deck. And then the reader's name will be me. And then what question was asked during this session. So let's see, what was the question? What is holding me back? And the purpose or the intention behind this reading was to get unstuck and into action. And that's good. We'll say start reading. And now I can upload my tarot cards, the pictures I took. So I'm going to do an upload. And then I'm going to go to pictures right here. So this was the first picture, or the first card, and the second card. So first I'm going to add this card as the first card. And then I'm going to add this card as the second card. Okay, and you can see that it automatically recognized that it's the Queen of Discs. And I've got an expanded section here talking about the Queen of Discs. So how did I do that? Well, I did that with AI. So I used Chat GPT Vision to look at the image that I uploaded and then go find out the data for that Queen of Discs. So all of this was not written by me. It was written by AI based on the picture that it saw on the card. So the next card is the 10 of Swords. Same thing here. The AI looked up the card, and then it told me it stands for ruin, defeat, betrayal. This card signifies an ending or collapse, often accompanied by a sense of despair. Okay? So let's go back to this previous card. Okay, and now you can see here it says practicality, security, nurturing. This card signifies a nurturing and resourceful energy, focusing on stability and perseverance. So I really think this should have been the first card, and then this should have been the second card. And I guess it's okay for us to flip them around, because this card is really, what's holding me back, right? Like, this is the ruin, the defeat, the betrayal, whatever it is, right? So that's the problem. And then the solution is here. Practicality, security, nurturing, right? So, I think the cards got reversed. But anyway, so this is my new tarot card website. Isn't that exciting? And then what I do down here is I go, let's see, go to full reading. Okay, so this is an active reading right now. It means it's being edited, and I need to put in edit fields up here because I can't change those right now. And then here there's a card summary of the someone's calling me on my phone. I'm just gonna have to let it ring because I can't do anything about it right now. Oh, there I can. Okay, so so right now, if I wanted to, I could delete this card from this reading. Say I uploaded the wrong card or something like that. I can delete this card from this reading. And then when I'm done, let's say I'm done with this reading, I can say finish reading. And then once it's finished, you can't edit it anymore. So you can't change it. Okay? So that is the new tarot reading website. It's going to provide full history of all the readings. And I'm also probably going to put the video in this card as well. So in this card where I'm looking at the reading, I'll also have the video uploaded to my YouTube channel, and I'll link it right here. Just like I did on the front, is I put the latest tarot card reading as the first video there. So, if you like what I'm doing, make a comment down below. And if you'd like to schedule a personal tarot card reading, then you can right now go to waynewallace.today. Eventually, you'll be able to go to this website and book it. So if you want to book one in the meantime, let me know. Because I do actually have a Calendly link right there. So if you go to waynewallace.today, you'll find it there. Okay, so that's about it. Just wanted to share with you this exciting code. And I was hoping to maybe find something that I could edit and then have it change. So nothing right now. I'll do that at another call. Okay, have a great night. Reflect on that tarot card reading. I'll be uploading it to YouTube here shortly.